a 5-year-old to be as an 8-year-old. What happened to letting our kids be kids? Well, I mean, it was a time where you didn't have to put your kids in kindergarten till they were 5 or 6, and when they went to kindergarten, they was learning colors. These kids are doing math in kindergarten.
Hey.
Welcome back to another episode of Is the Mic On?
Is the mic on?
Alright, so I'm pissed off.
Why?
Because this third grade guarantee BS that the country is making our third graders stressed out about is ridiculous. So I have a third grader, and his grades right now are A's and B's. He's on the honor roll, mirror roll, whatever it is that you get when you're A's and B's. And he couldn't pass that third grade guarantee. They give you a couple of times to take it, and he's missed it by 5 points here and there on the times that he's taken it. So he has to go to summer school to take this test, and if he doesn't pass it, he's going to stay in the third grade again, regardless of what his grades are, A's and B's. If he don't pass this one stupid test, he can't go to the 4th grade. And I don't think that's fair.
Yeah. I don't think that it's fair either. I definitely understand the concept behind ensuring that children are literate, but coming from an educational background, there's something called push-down curriculum where they keep having higher expectations of very young children to perform at inappropriate age levels. Like they want a 3-year-old to perform like they're 5. They want a 5-year-old to perform like they're 8. And it's certainly nothing wrong with, again, promoting literacy and encouraging our children to be readers or even early readers, but requiring them to pass a test to go into the next grade when, like you said, he's on honor roll and all of his grades are A's and B's, which definitely demonstrates that he has an understanding of the grade level material.
Right.
You know, I don't think that all children learn and grow at the same pace. There's something called ages and stages that mean, you know, here's a window of time that typically developing children should be doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's no cookie cutter to it, and I don't think that makes sense either. Not to mention that children get very stressed out, and that could actually be affecting his test day.
Right. Because I'm like, let's pray before you go to school, and the teacher's sending notes home. Make sure they get enough sleep and
have a good breakfast.
Have a good breakfast. Now my kids always have a good breakfast, and I always pray with him about whatever is going on because he's a boy and he has stress from being a boy in school. You know what I'm saying? So on that day, he is stressed out, and it's like that extra something that you got to give him that the teacher is pushing in his head. It's really pissing me off. Like,
you know what sucks too? It sucks for the kids,
right?
But also sucks for the teachers, because teachers are held to these standards and these requirements to get all kids doing the same thing at the same time. And again, all children don't learn that way.
Right.
So it's not fair to the students or the teachers, really.
I don't even know why they even brought this program. I think they have another test that you have to pass to graduate. No matter how good your grades are, and into colleges are looking at you because your grades are good. If you don't pass that test, you don't walk the stage.
Right.
It's freaking ridiculous. I don't know, and I hope that Lemmy, he's going to do the summer school and he can pass the thing. But it's like, I almost want to just pull him out and homeschool him. I'm at home. I work from home. I can homeschool him. You know what I'm saying?
But, the homeschool works for some people, but because you're working at home, you're at home, but you work, like it would be, I don't know that, would you be able to partake in all of the homeschool activities? Because one of the things is making sure that children have interaction with their peers. Mm-hmm. So if you're not able to take them on field trips or take them to all these different homeschool type groups and activities, then he would not benefit from social interaction.
Right. Something to think about. I don't know. It just made me mad. I wanted to pull him out of the school because it's like, so dumb. Like, I don't know. It stresses him. It stresses me. I'm sure the teacher's stressed, but hopefully, pray for my baby, y'all.
Right. And what do you guys think about that? This third grade reading guarantee and no child left behind, et cetera, et cetera. My background is in education, but there is a part of education that I didn't want to pursue because there are a lot of things that I don't agree with. So I think that it's, like I said, it's definitely hard for children, for students, or scholars. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of times it's also hard for the teachers because many teachers don't necessarily agree with the educational system now, and a lot of these decisions are made at the very high up level from folks who are not actively engaged on a daily basis with students.
That's usually how everything always, people on the top always want to see all these changes made because they think it works on paper, and then the people on the bottom that are trying to implement all these new changes, they're the ones who suffer and get the backlash from it. But I don't know. I just had to get on here and talk about that because it's really stressful for us this last year with him, and making sure all his work is done and making sure he has his free time and making sure that his grades are good and stuff. And again, it doesn't matter how good his grades are. He could be a straight A student. If he don't pass the test, he still can go.
Yeah, that's frustrating because people have, I'm just sitting here listening to you talk and just really thinking about the situation. It's like people are different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Processing time is different. It doesn't mean that I don't know it or I can't do it. It just means that maybe if you type 55 words a minute and I type 80 words per minute, but we have the same IQ. What is that? It's, again, holding people to these cookie cutter, requirements is ridiculous, and especially for children.
Right, and I was going to add something when you were talking about they want the 3-year-old to be as a 5-year-old and the 5-year-old to be as an 8-year-old. What happened to letting our kids be kids? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it was a time where you didn't have to put your kids in kindergarten till they were 5 or 6, and when they went to kindergarten, they was learning colors. These kids are doing math in kindergarten. And it's like...
And not even regular math. Right. It's like this new crazy way. I'm like...
Adding to the problem to subtract the problem. It's like,
what are you doing? What was wrong with the regular way of doing math?
It's ridiculous. Just let the kids be kids and let them learn. I mean, I don't remember kindergarten having to worry about anything but what friend am I going to see tomorrow.
Right.
Not having homework. They have homework in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. And then you put them in the preschool, so the preschool prepared them for the kindergarten, so they're getting homework in preschool. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Let a kid be a kid.
Yeah. Actually, what I was actually taught, things to be age appropriate or something, it's called DAP, developmentally appropriate practice. And that means that what is culturally and socially appropriate for an individual child, what is age and ability appropriate for an individual child, and what is developmentally appropriate. So again, understanding that there's an age and stages sequence or a window, but within that window that children are going to grow and develop at their own as an individual. Now, if you say, okay, let's say a 6-month window, for instance, and in 6 months, a child might be, or by a year old, a child may be walking, a child may be using 2-finger grasp, all these different benchmarks. I think mine.
Leave your feedback, you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at
isthemic.on.ll.
On Facebook at Lori Leslie.
Email us
dearlaurieleslie@gmail.com.
and check us out every Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday nights at 7 on tapthemicradio.com.
Until next time,
peace.
I can't apart.